Okay, let's hear now from our race-winning team of tonight's 32nd annual Dollar General 300 NASCAR Nationwide Series race here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Excuse me, our race winner is Kyle Busch. He drives a number 54 Monster Energy Toyota for Joe Gibbs Racing. He's joined up front by his crew chief, Adam Stevens, and team president, J.D. Gibbs. This is Kyle's 62nd NASCAR Nationwide Series victory, his 11th win in 2013, his 8th Nationwide Series win at Charlotte Motor Speedway, and I'm told put on there the 5 wins he has in the Truck Series, that he has now become the all-time winningest driver in NASCAR history at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Did you know that? Did you know that, Kyle?
Depends on who you ask.
Okay.
See?
And then also, Kyle, what's it? 8 Nationwide Series wins, 5 Camping World Truck Series wins. Excuse me. We have a race here tomorrow night. So. That's right. But, you know, and I think you might even want to say something too, Kyle, about, you know, the great initiative that you and your wife were involved with, the Project Pink. Was certainly a something that is, you know, it's quite an initiative that you guys were involved with. So congratulations on the victory, and maybe just talk about that and the significance of winning here with that initiative on your race car.
Yeah, it was, you know, certainly a great program that Samantha initiated and started with. Thinking about a year ago, she wanted to do something and not just have a pink car on the racetrack and, you know, be like many of the other teams. She actually wanted to have a dinner, a function, a fundraiser, and of course, you know, make the initiative go a lot further, team up with a foundation like Pretty in Pink and be able to raise the money to not necessarily for the cause of trying to figure out what causes breast cancer, but more to their survivors who are in need of medical bills being paid and everything else. So Samantha is a huge leader in all of that. She deserves all the credit, and of course, you know, her and the KBM team of people that put it on and did such a great job for being able to raise the money that we did. And you know, tonight I made the executive decision to donate our winnings. That includes Joe and JD's half as well too. So it's going to be a neat deal for them, and it's going to pay for a lot of people's treatments and everything else to continue on, because obviously it's something that I don't have any people in my family that have had breast cancer, but there's plenty of people out there, especially that we know that we're very close to and that we care about a lot.
Excellent. Adam, certainly no stranger to victory lane this year, but I got to say that the thought coming out of tonight's race is this is one of the more competitive races that we have seen this year. Certainly a lot of give and take, and certainly Kyle had to earn this one here tonight.
Yeah, it was a battle for us when we unloaded off the truck. I feel like I just missed the setup a little bit for the race. We did some wholesale changes in practice and figured out where we needed to be with our package, but not so much with the balance. And I just was a little bit too aggressive with the race adjustments going into the race, so we had to work hard to get it back under us. But, you know, we knew it had speed when we got the balance right. So he was patient with us, and we were able to have enough stops and make big enough adjustments finally to get the balance right where he can run with it. But I really feel like this tire is a little bit different than it was in the spring. The way it behaves on the track, the way the lap times fall off, and it could be the track conditions, it could be anything. But it put on a much different race, and it behaved a lot differently than it did in the first race this year.
And J.D., certainly another win for Joe Gibbs Racing. You've got a 4-point lead now in the owner's points race over Penske, so that's going to go down to the wire. But just talk about the performance of the race team, and as I was mentioning, this certainly was one of the better races, I think, of the season as far as people getting after it and who was going to win there at the end.
I appreciate it. So you don't want to ask me about tires or setups? I'm hurt.
You can talk about whatever you want to, but
It's something
you know.
I don't know anything about. It was just, we just have, Kyle and Adam have really bonded, and we just had, I didn't think we were going to win. Hey, second's not bad. You hear me? But it was just so impressive to watch these guys and come off and pull off that victory. It was impressive, and they're great leaders, and we just have such a good team nationwide and filters up the cup. I'm really proud of these guys. Look forward to a great rest of the season.
We'll take questions now for this winning team. Start over here with Stan, and then we'll go to the gentleman to his right.
Stan Creekmore with RPMTonight.com. Both to Kyle and to the crew chief, Adam Stevens. In listening to the second and third place finishers tonight, they thought they had you beat. Okay, 12 laps to go. They thought, wow, we got just enough to get them beat. What is it that you did over those over those final 12 laps that made all the difference for you to get to the checkered flag first?
My car was painted pink. That's why. No, seriously, I think that there was something to that. I think it was just such a great cause. I think the Lord blessed us with that one. He was on our side tonight. It was an opportunity where we were fast there for a while, running the bottom, and I started going loose, and Sam caught me, passed me, and the only other thing to do was to continue to do what I did the previous run, what Kyle Larson taught me, and run the top, just run the wall, and try to figure out if I can make speed up there. And I started being able to do that, and started working, my entry and my exits, trying to get speed up there. But, I wasn't going to be able to run them down without a little bit of help, and we had some help there. So, it was certainly meant to be, I think, and there's some believers here that would say that it was meant to be. Starting on the pole and winning the race with a pink car was pretty cool.
Go ahead, sir.
Aaron Burns, Boards Weekly. Kyle, you're locked in a pretty tight battle for the Owners' Championship in 54, battling with a 22. I'm just curious, what does this win mean for you, not just for momentum heading into tomorrow, but also because you were able to put a few more points back on the 22?
I think that the points race is what the points race is. I certainly had cost us some points earlier this year with some wrecks and some stuff like that, and blowing a motor in Daytona and everything else. So, it's nice to be still in the hunt, that we have that opportunity to going into these final three races. And, it's not make it or break it, but it'd certainly be nice to be able to bring it home, considering, these guys have won the last 4 in a row Nationwide Series championships on the owner's side. And, to continue that trend and, put them where they deserve on the stage in Miami.
Other questions? Mike on the front row.
Mike Neff from FrontStretch.com. I asked the other guys about this, and I'm curious for your take on it as well. The track seems to be finally getting some age and some character back to it, maybe some bumps, but also the tire that Goodyear brought did seem to fall off. Is it getting back to the point where we're finally having tracks where tires make a difference?
Yeah, I would say a little bit here. I don't know. There was still one run where the 7 car stayed out and got clean air and was able to hold on to it. Although the 32 was running him down, he still pulled away from the rest of us just by having clean air. And he was an okay car. I mean, he ran, 5th, 6th, something like that. So, he wasn't stellar by any means, but he also wasn't a dog either. So, I think clean air still meant a little bit, but after, I'd say about 15 or 20 laps, that's when it really started to kind of move around, and you could definitely start searching and trying to figure something out, which is cool. It's great for a race car driver. It gives you options. That's all we ever ask for. And I felt like, the speeds we're running around here are still really, really fast. I mean, we're running, in the Cup Series, I think we're running 29-second lap times. Here we're running 30, 31 second lap times. So it's really quick pace. And on new tires, when you're behind people, it's really hard to make up that ground. It isn't until you start falling off that you can start making up time on the guys around you, and just kind of proving if your car has a better setup on it, holding the tire grip in it better over a long run.
Let's go back to the far right back there. Go ahead.
KirschKnightCatchfence.com. Kyle, just looking for clarification on how many survivors you had here tonight with you guys.
8 cancer. 8 cancer survivors were here tonight who are receiving the benefits of the money that Samantha and myself raised, as well as the donation from tonight's winnings. There were others that are previous cancer survivors that have already been through treatments and payments and everything else that were with us as well, too.
I think she said a total of 12.
12.
Okay. Go ahead, Steve.
Kyle, yeah, I'm sure you've answered this before, but you just talk about your comfort level here at this track, and why do you run so well here at Charlotte?
About wrecked my cup car in practice today, so it's not too comfortable for me. But no, this has been a really great racetrack for me. I enjoy coming to Charlotte. It's a lot of fun. I feel like I've really taken to this place over the years, and it's my favorite racetrack. And it seems like I can figure it out in trucking nationwide, but seem to have a little bit of a struggle in the Cup side. So we'll see if we can't change that around tomorrow. I'd certainly like to be able to put that M&M's Camry in victory lane and score my first Cup Series win here, as well as Dave Rogers' first Cup Series win here, and the first one for JGR in a while. They haven't won here in a while, so it'd be a big win for us to put us back in the points race on the Cup side as well, too, and prove to people that we're not giving up after last week. Last week is last week. It's over. It's done with, and we're moving forward, and we're a threat to be reckoned with still for this championship in the Cup side.
Front row, Al.
Yeah, Al Pierce, Motor Week. If Kyle Larson had not gone up at the top and had not made the ground he did up there, would anybody else have maybe tried that? Because you said he kind of showed you where to go. Was that something that you weren't expecting?
It was definitely something we weren't expecting, and I don't know that anybody else would have went up there and tried that. Some of us were trying the middle, and it really wasn't as successful as that top was, and it's great to be young and dumb, I guess. He certainly taught the rest of us old wily old veterans something, and showed us exactly what to do around here. So that was pretty cool. It was cool to see a kid like that has got no fear, that just runs it up there and lets the dog eat. And it was certainly quick. He passed me and drove away from me, and I was like, well, I guess I better try it. So you had to kind of pull your seatbelts tight a little bit and get up there and get after it. Now, see, that's where the old veteran comes into play, because I've been in that place, too. I've been the guy first to the top. I've also been the guy first in the fence. So, you got to pick and choose your battles, and that's a tough one right there. When you're running places like Darlington or California or others where we run up close to the wall like that, Chicago, we did that, the old Kansas, which was nice. You could run up there like that. You really pick and choose your battle, because you can try harder and you can get a little bit more speed out of it, but you can also get yourself in the fence. So you're flirting with danger up there.
Any other questions? Kyle, congratulations. Back in the back, right back there. Go ahead.
Jay Pennell with Fox Sports. Kyle, you kind of touched on this a little bit, but you said you didn't have anybody in your family that had breast cancer, so why have you and Samantha really just kind of wrapped your arms around this? We see other drivers out there who have causes, they paint their car pinks, but it seems like you guys have really kind of made this your own and gone the extra effort. And just kind of curious, with nobody in your family personally, what made you do that, and what's led to that?
Well, I think the key reason is one of the people that's in here in this room with us tonight, being a breast cancer survivor, but also the initiative that Samantha and I wanted to take of exactly that, of being something different than just a typical paint scheme. We went to California and flew out and did a huge presentation to the Monster people about painting the car pink and doing all that. and teaming up with Pretty in Pink and having all the people come out, the cancer survivors, and being able to try to raise money for them, have a dinner. And Samantha's put a year's worth of effort into all of this, and her and our KBM team, like I mentioned before, that all helped and gave up their time and sacrificed hours of their off-duty time and whatnot to make this project successful. And it's been a lot of fun. And, Samantha and I, we feel like we're in the position to be able to give back to the community and whatnot. And so there are times where we feel like we want to take a bigger initiative in that and a bigger step through the Kyle Busch Foundation. Normally we do children's foundations and children homes, and we try to raise money for them and help them. And this one here was just a little bit different, being a little more close to home. And, it just seemed like it all fit so well together. And we're already working on planning on how to make it even bigger and better next year.
Stan?
JD, just a quick clarification. Will Gibbs Racing donate their winnings from tonight to the society?
What? Come on. What was your question? I think we're all in. I think Kyle did it for us. We'll get it back from him somewhere else, but it's a great cause. And he and Samantha have really put their heart and souls into it, so we want to accompany that as well. That's a yes.
Please don't blame me, okay?
I'll pull it from him. I'll send the invoice.
Anything else? Listen, congratulations, Kyle, Adam, JD.